This is you. The wall behind you explodes inward before you even hear the shot. Concrete dust fills your lungs. Your ears ring that hollow, underwater silence that follows a near miss. You press your back harder against the crumbling pillar. Fingers already moving to the magwell, checking the round count by muscle memory alone. 14 left. Not enough. Never enough. Your CAG, Combat Applications Group, Delta Force, the unit that doesn't exist, running a mission that was never authorized. Inside a city, the State Department swears you're not in. Mosul's Eastern District. 0217 hours. The objective was clean. Infiltrate a 4-story residential building, extract a captured CIA signals officer being held by an Iranian-backed militia cell, and ghost out before dawn. 45 minutes. In and out. Your team lead, a gravel-voiced operator everyone calls Grim, had laid it out on the TAC map with 2 fingers and 0 hesitation. Simple math. We go in quiet, we bring Bishop home. Nothing is simple anymore. The exfil vehicle is burning 60 meters to your south. You watched it cook off 4 minutes ago, an RPG round, fired from a rooftop you'd already cleared. Someone tipped them off. The grid is hot. Reinforcements are pouring in from 3 directions, and your comms to the TOC have been nothing but static since the 3rd floor. You key your radio. Warhorse 6, this is Viper 2-1. Do you copy? Silence. Then hiss. Then nothing. To your left, Decker, your breacher, 6-3, built like a museum exhibit of a human being, presses 2 fingers to his neck and shakes his head. His radio antenna is gone, sheared off by fragmentation. Behind you, moving low through the rubble, Oz, your medic, dragging a semi-conscious figure in civilian clothes. Bishop, he's alive, barely. His left eye is swollen shut, 3 fingers on his right hand bent at angles God never intended, and he keeps murmuring a 9-digit grid coordinate over and over like a prayer. You don't know if the grid means anything. You can't afford to find out right now. A burst of PKM fire walks across the alley floor, sparks jumping off stone, rounds snapping past your face, close enough to feel the air move. You drop to a knee, bring your HK 416 up, and send a controlled pair through a muzzle flash across the street. A scream. Movement stops. 2 coming up the east alley, Oz shouts. You pull a frag from your kit. Cook it 1 second, 2 seconds. Frag out and release it around the corner, low and fast, skipping it off the pavement like a stone on water. The detonation is enormous in the narrow space. Dust, silence. Then Decker is already moving through it, muzzle tracking, stepping over what used to be 2 men. Clear. But we've got maybe 90 seconds before they reposition. You know he's right. You pull up the mental map. The exfil is burned. The safe house 2 clicks north was a contingency that required functioning comms to activate. You have a wounded asset, a compromised breacher, a medic who hasn't slept in 31 hours, and 14 rounds in your primary. You also have Grim, except Grim went up to the roof to establish Overwatch 12 minutes ago, and you haven't heard his voice since. Grim, you up? You transmit, knowing the answer before the static confirms it. Nothing. You look at Decker. He looks at you. Something passes between you, the language of men who've bled together in places that don't appear on maps. You don't say, we go back for him because you don't have to. You already know Oz. Get Bishop to the building on the northeast corner, the blue door. Hold there. Don't open it for anyone who doesn't say Ironside. You copy? Oz grips your forearm once. Hard. Then he's moving. You and Decker go back into the dark. The stairwell smells like cordite and old fear. You take it fast, alternating cover. Decker flowing behind you like a shadow with a shotgun. 2nd floor clear. 3rd, a body. One of theirs from your initial push. Still warm. 4th floor. The door at the top is splintered. You breach it with your boot. Grim is alive. He's on his back behind an overturned water tank. One hand clamped to his thigh, tourniquet half applied. His rifle across his chest, still pointing at the door you just came through. His eyes find yours and he exhales. Not relief, not weakness, just the controlled release of a man who'd already done his math and accepted a bad answer. Took you long enough, he says. You look terrible, you answer. I look alive. Decker drops beside him, tourniquet cranked tight in 8 seconds flat. Grim doesn't make a sound. You move to the window, glass long gone, and scan the street below. Technical's pickup trucks, with heavy machine guns mounted in the beds, are rolling in from the western approach. At least 30 fighters on foot fanning between buildings with the patient confidence of men who know you're out of room. Your radio crackles. For the first time in 20 minutes, a voice cuts through. Viper 2-1, this is Warhorse 6. We have your beacon. Casavac bird is 7 minutes out. Can you mark your position? 7 minutes. You look at the street below. You look at Grim. You look at your remaining rounds. 7 minutes is a lifetime. Pop smoke on the roof, you tell Decker. Red. They'll see it. That's the point. You key the net. Warhorse 6, Viper 2-1. We are 4 personnel, 1 urgent surgical, 1 priority. We are marked red smoke, 4-story structure, northeast corner of grid, November, Gulf, 4-4. We will be in contact. Do not wait for quiet skies. I say again, do not wait. The response is immediate. Copy all, Viper. Bring the noise. You smile. You haven't smiled in hours. Decker, roof. Get Grim up there. You stay at the window. The first technical turns into the street below. You sight the driver. Breathe out. The rifle barely moves when you fire. The vehicle swerves hard and rams a concrete barrier, stalling the column behind it. You're already transitioning second target. Third, methodical and cold, buying seconds with precision. Because seconds are now the currency that matters most. They find your window. Glass that isn't there still seems to shatter around you, rounds tearing chunks from the frame, from the wall, from the air. You move laterally, fire again, move again. You are not trying to win. You are trying to exist for 6 more minutes. 5. The RPG round hits the floor below. The entire building groans a deep structural moan that you feel in your spine, and the floor beneath you shifts 2 inches to the left. 4 minutes. You bound up the stairs, taking them 3 at a time. The building is dying around you, cracks spreading through the walls like lightning frozen in concrete. You hit the roof access door and burst out into the open air. Wind, stars, red smoke billowing sideways. Decker crouched with Grim propped against the lip of the roof, scanning. Bishop, Grim asks, northeast corner. Oz has him. You left your medic alone out there? Oz could survive a nuclear event. 3 minutes. The fighters below have found the stairwell. You hear them boots on stone, voices overlapping, the mechanical sound of weapons being readied. Decker is already at the roof access, stacking a door charge he shouldn't have left, placing it on feel and instinct because there isn't time for anything else. Tell me when, he says. You listen. Footsteps on the 3rd floor landing. Now, the charge blows inward. The stairwell becomes a sealed grave for 15 seconds. Smoke, debris, confusion, and the footsteps stop. Then you hear it, rotors. The deep, industrial thunder of a Black Hawk cutting low over the city. Navigation lights off, nose pitched forward and aggressive. A gunship flanks it, an AH-64, chain gun already spinning, painting targets in the street below with its FLIR. The minigun opens up, and the western approach becomes silence. The Black Hawk flares over the roof, 60 feet, 50, 30 wind, so violent it nearly takes you off your feet. And the crew chief is already in the door yelling words you can't hear because you don't need to hear them. You get Grim up. Decker takes his weight. You reach up and grab the handhold. And the world tilts as the helo absorbs all of you at once and begins to pull away before the skids even touch the roof. You key your radio one final time. Oz package incoming. 2 minutes. Come out on the sound of the bird. 30 seconds later, through the chin bubble, you watch a figure emerge from a blue door, supporting a limping man, moving fast into an open lot. The helicopter banks hard, descends, and the crew chief has both of them before the skids settle. Bishop collapses into the deck, eyes open, whispering that grid coordinate again. Grim grabs her shoulder, doesn't say anything, doesn't need to. The city falls away beneath you, fires in 3 districts, tracers rising like inverted rain. The sound of the rotors swallows everything else until there is no gunfire, no explosion, no voice, only the rhythm of the machine carrying you back to a world where this night officially never happened. You look at your hands. 14 rounds. You started with 14 rounds. You pull the mag. Count the remaining. 3. You made 3 rounds last a lifetime. You close your eyes, just for a moment, just long enough to remember that you're still breathing and to understand with the particular clarity that only combat provides that breathing has a cost. That the men in that street paid it so you didn't have to. You'll be back in the TOC in 20 minutes. Debrief in an hour. Another grid, another mission, another name on a target package. By tomorrow night. But right now, in the cold roar of the dark, 30 feet above a city that will forget you were ever there, you allow yourself to feel it, all of it, and then you lock it away because that's what you do. That's who you are.